Good morning. It's a beautiful sunny Monday, and we ate some cows this morning, and Peter's busy feeding, and we're gonna start working on that on the Orthman. We're gonna throw the tracks on it, make a little bit more room in the shop for us, and get working on that. So between that and AI and getting farm equipment ready. Okay, so we're just trying to get things ready so when Norbert gets here, I don't waste too much of his day. That door is wanting to stick. There. Go like that. And everything is opened. Keep down, girls. Okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit what we're doing. Not very complicated, but I better not assume that everybody understands or knows exactly what we're doing. So what is AIing? AIing is artificial inseminating. So what we are doing is we are breeding these cows, not the natural way, not with bulls, but we're breeding these cows with semen that we have bought from other producers or breeding companies, that kind of thing, mostly from Canada and the US. But there are some, guys will often buy from around the world. So it's our way of, I'm gonna say, changing up our herd or bettering our herd as best as we can, as quick as we can, and as efficiently as we can. So now the process works is we buy the semen, it gets stored in this nitrogen tank, and then we've got 6 canisters in there. In our situation, we've only got semen actually in number 1 here and number 3. And when Norbert gets here, he's got a little, I'm gonna say a little kettle, and you'll see it working here in a bit. And that warms the semen up, and then we are artificially inseminated into the cow. And then after that, what we do is we turn it out with the bulls kind of as a cleanup. So we aim for as high a percentage as possible. Realistically, we will not get 100%. Anything 60 to 70% is what we're, I guess, realistically hoping for, always hoping for more than that. So once the cows come into heat, we'll see it by the sticker. And then 12 hours after that is when we breed them. So we've had fairly good success with that. We give, a lot of guys will do it where they don't needle them and that kind of thing. They just naturally watch them come into heat and then AI them. Because we don't do our own and we get it custom done, we want to have all of our AIing done probably within a 3-day period. So it's only 6 trips out here to get this done, rather than, if we're going to do 10 cows, it could be as, many as 10 trips. So this year we're only doing 10. Last year we did 24. We're down a little bit, but we're also doing some embryo work later on next week, which is new to us. So that's come down. That's going to take down our AIing program a little bit, but we're doing some experimenting, just trying to do some learning. We're gonna rip the tracks off, drop the axle, and then we'll pull the axle, take these bolts off, and then pull this axle out, and then we can start working on the other one.
All right, well, we got the tracks off, both tracks off. We've got weight on the front end. We've got jacks in the middle. Got jacks in the middle, and then we've got jacks on the back end. It's pretty sturdy. We can't make this thing move at all, so we feel pretty confident with how safe it is on without the tracks. I'm getting Lindsay, she's picking up some metal so I can close this in. That'll help square everything off, make it stronger. So yeah, we're getting there.
So Norbert, you've done this for a while for us. What is this, our little kettle here? What does that do? Does it just warms the semen up or what?
Just it unthaws. It's a water bath, so it unthaws your semen. It's at a certain temperature. I don't know what the temperature is. I think it's 35. I think. Yeah, it's supposed to be around 35, 37.
Okay.
So this thing is. Bob say when I just plugged it in, it turned red because I drove here and it cooled off.
Right.
So when the sticker's green, you mean it's ready to go. So.
Okay. So right now, in theory, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the straws from there, you're going to put them in here, and then you time them for a certain amount of time?
I get my other stuff ready. It's basically 30 seconds kind of thing. I don't have a timer on for 30 seconds, but yeah.
We visit for a little bit, and then we go to town,
sometimes
right?
it goes a minute, sometimes it goes 40 seconds. I don't think there's a set stone, like a time where you have to be this much seconds. So.
Okay, nope, that's perfect. Okay, then I guess by the look of the light, we're ready to start. Yeah. So we've only got the 3 to do here today, so then we should be good. Okay, so Norbert's busy AIing Greta here right now, and fairly certain you're all going to know who Greta is, but she is mom to King and Kong. So yes, we are definitely AIing. We're going to try to do that to her here again, and this year we're using the Bull State of War. So another Cavingese with his EPD numbers are pretty good, so see how that goes. So hopefully Norbert can do his job well. No pressure, Norbert.
No pressure.
See if this one's as slimy as the last one, eh?
We've AI'd her every year, right? So far?
Yeah. No.
This is the third year
No,
I do something?
first year.
Second?
First year it was with first year
H is a calf. First year we would have had it with Cutter. Like our heifer bull, I think.
Okay.
This one, it's first calf. I don't even remember what we did. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think this is the second time
We put 2 epics in her last year, right? Because she did a stupid cycle.
Well,
didn't we?
okay, so that's what I went through, and I went through that, and I wondered that, and I'm like, so is that why we end up with twins?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's just a fluke. I just remember you and Smiley talking about how did that work now?
2 different bulls.
The 2 different bulls, and I'm like, so is that why we got 2 twins of? So she's definitely still in heat?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You said her sticker fell off.
Yeah, it just did now.
Okay.
Like at 11 o'clock, it was
This will
fine.
only be her second calf, or this is her first calf.
Yeah. Epic would be her first calf, no?
Sheriff would be her first calf.
Sheriff would be her calf.
Right,
So,
we
yeah,
had a
so-
sheriff.
So
Yes,
This is the 3rd year I
she's been AI'd 3 times. You are right. Yep.
But the first year you AI'd her sheriff, you didn't group them up, or it was just on a heat, or I don't know.
Same kind of thing as this.
So this is 3rd year I do something?
Yep.
Okay.
Must be.
Yeah.
You're putting up with us that much? Can't be that bad a company, I guess, eh?
that bad, eh? So.
Which one have you want
All
to
of
go
them. I've cracked them all. Whichever one you want.
There.
Tighter.
Okay, now we'll take this side off and let's do the inside ones first because that's harder to get at.
Yep. In case something wants to crash. Which way are you turning?
There.
Well, that barely moved at all.
Now, let's just lower it, and I'll lower it down, and we'll just see what it does to make sure it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna take a...
Okay, we're good. Okay, things are coming along nice. I've got to get this thing. I got to get this thing put together. I made a phone call and I got somebody that's willing to sandblast and paint it. But they're taking off for 10 days on Friday, so I got to get it in there today or tomorrow morning, so that they can have it done by Thursday. So I'm gonna hammer this off. I'm gonna be waiting on a little bit of steel that Lindsay's picking up for me. But we've got the holes all drilled. Now the next thing is I gotta do a little bit of grinding just to make these, there's a little bit of a lip here, make that smooth. Then I'm gonna notch these out so they slide in here. So I got a little bit more work to do with that. Yeah, we're slowly getting there. I got my pieces notched out, the holes drilled to there. Gotta get our distance here, right? And then we'll throw it underneath. That's gonna be a problem.
We're gonna have to notch those out a little bit.
Crap. All right. Now let's get my plasma set up. I'll lower it, I'll torch them out, and I can fill them in with a weld. I'm gonna lower it. I think we're really close. We just need to notch this out, and then we'll see where they fit in. We're getting really close to having it.
Let's try the exact same thing on your side.
I'm gonna grab the.
Where did I go? Did I go here? You're gonna kind of.
I'm gonna grab the hub and throw it on.
should be able to get it with the big nut guys. Yeah. They got it lined up. Don't feel,
See, now that nut. I had a nut. Big socket. I hope so. Now it's the height, whether our height's right. And the ladder, and a few other things.
it's got to come down to fit that rim.
That's good. It needs to go down. Yeah.
Oh, there you go then.
Okay, we've measured everything to make sure we're square. So I grabbed a point from my spindle to a point on the unit, back and forth. We're within, I measured now, we're within less than 1/8 of an inch. I'm thinking it's about a 1/16 of an inch, so it's pretty square. I've got that part on really good. I'm happy with that. Everything is coming together really nice, except when we compared our overall height of the unit with tracks on it to when the tire was on it, we were about 3/4 of an inch lower, and the tire wasn't 1/2 an inch lower than what we thought we should have been, but there was no weight on the tire yet either. So the tires are gonna squat too. So we're a little lower than I'd like. I don't think it's gonna be the end of the world. I don't think it's a big deal. And the only way of changing that ain't happening, because that's cutting this pipe out and lowering this all whatever distance we need. And if it's only a little bit, it's not gonna be a big deal. We actually felt as though last year when the unit was running, if anything, it was a little bit like this. So if we're a little bit lower, it should sit a little level. But hey, we could be wrong too. But I don't know whether, if we're out by 1/2 an inch to, let's see, even say in worst case scenario 2 inches, I'm not sure that's gonna be a big deal. So yeah, at this point, we're gonna run with this. We're gonna see whether this works. If I have to, next winter we'll have to do some changes, but it's gonna run this year. It's gonna run the way it is. So yeah, it's supper time, but I have to get this thing done. So I think I'm just gonna cover a plate over top of here to box this in and keep the garbage out of there. But I'm gonna leave this open. I don't think I need to cover this up for strength. And if we ever have to pull this spindle out, I have access at this. So all I need to do is cover this up, weld this on solid. This plate needs to get welded solid onto that beam. And then I got a stitch weld under there. So yeah, it is just about there. And I need to get this thing to get sandblasted and painted. They were willing to take it in tomorrow, so better get her done. So a little of a break, and I'll get back to it after supper. Okay, let's. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2. Oh shit! Ah! Woo! You did? I'm good, that's heavy. Well, we've got it all done. Kinda, sorta-ish. That's on, top's on. Everything is, I think, the way I like it, except under here. I don't know whether I need them, but I'm gonna underneath here, I'm gonna weld in some triangles, some gussets. It kind of helps tie this piece into all this a little bit better. This plate into this. So I'm gonna weld those on in the morning, because once it's sandblasted and painted, I'm not welding anymore, and I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with that. So I'm gonna take this along, and we'll see if they can match it. If they can't match it, then we'll just go black. So yeah, did some more Daryl and Dylan, more A-iron. And we got this axle ready to take away. So it's coming along. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for taking the time to watch.